see things that others can't see? If otherwise, then are you curious about all the supernatural phenomena that are seemingly impossible to explain? And yet dare not to check them out yourself. Welcome to Unsolved Mysteries. Tonight, come join me on a spooky journey and explore the other side. The Highland Towers are generally known as the haunted towers among Malaysians, situated in one of Selangor's capitals, Ulu Klang, Taman Hillview. Highland Tower consists of three similar 13-story blocks, built in phases between 1974 till 1982, at the western base of a steeply sloped hill. In early 80s, the Highland Towers were launched to public and people started moving in. Behind Highland Towers was a small stream of water known as East Creek that flowed into the side of the Highland Tower before the construction. So a pipe system was built to divert the stream. In 1991, a new housing development project commenced construction on the hilltop behind Highland Towers. The hill was cleared of trees, exposing the soil to land erosion that is the leading factor of causing landslides. Underneath Highland Towers, the pipe system was overloaded by water, sand and sleet, causing the pipes to burst during the monsoon rainfall in December 1993, further worsened the situation. On 11 December 1993, it was Saturday afternoon at 1:35 p.m. Highland Towers Block 1 collapsed in all of a sudden, killing 48 people. Though other sources give a number of 55 victims who were buried alive underneath, the official death toll released by the authorities was confirmed 48. Rescuers heard knocking sounds and voices right up to the 7th day after the collapse. Only 3 victims, including a baby, were pulled out from the rubble alive. And only within the first 24 hours, one of them died later in hospital due to fatal injuries. The fire and rescue department faced a tough time. There were many of the victims left undiscovered, some of them sandwiched in between enormous pillars, couldn't be able to do anything, just hoping for help, while showing signs of sounds and screams. It seemed impossible that anyone could endure such pain. Later, authorities told occupants to evacuate Block 2 and 3, since it might have chances of a collapse too. After 1 year of that dreadful incident, some residents believed the towers to be haunted, and many experienced bizarre hauntings, sounds and eerie screams at night. Even the police wouldn't dare to go on a patrol there at night. Soon the Highland Towers became enormously established for its unnerving horror stories. One of the most chilling stories were experienced by a taxi driver. In 1994, the taxi driver was on his way home after a long tiring day. It was approximately 11 p.m. when he had a glance of a young woman standing at the corner of the street in the pouring rain. She waved him down and is lucky to have seen as the sheets of water wash over the windscreen. The taxi driver pulled over. She opens the door and takes a seat at the back. She looked very pale, it seems. As the taxi pulls back on the road, the driver had a glimpse behind and asked, "Where would you like to go?" "Hillview," she uttered. Prominently, the driver felt awfully odd, but he shrugged it off, grateful for a decent fare on this otherwise slow night. As they drive, the driver tried to communicate with the woman, but her response, if any, are brief. She seemed to be preoccupied, even a little distraught. They continued the drive through the night with the sounds of flashing rain and lightning. Upon arrival at the Hillview, the lady motions for the taxi to pull to the side of the road. The driver realizes where they are, the recently abandoned Highland Towers. Why would he want to come to such place in the middle of the night and in a weather like this? He asked the woman. She turns to him and said, "I left several of my belongings that are important to me." All of a sudden, the atmosphere in the taxi drastically changed. A feeling of alarm falls over the driver. The woman starts to get out, wind and rain instantly blowing into the cab. The driver was inquisitive. He has to know what was so important to bring her here. He asks, "What is so important to you that you can't wait till tomorrow?" She replied, "My arm, my leg, and my life. I've lost it all here. I died here last year." The taxi driver was petrified. He then turns back. He saw blood-soaking hell notes as the taxi fare. And that was just one of many spooky stories from the haunted Highland Towers. There might be many more undiscovered horrifying stories buried in. We will meet you with another interesting episode. Till then, goodbye from Unsolved Mysteries. Thanks for watching.